And in this live class, I want to consider this topic in mathematics called surds. So we'll be solving some questions on this topic. So stay tuned and enjoy this class to the end. Thank you for connecting. First, let's look at some example way of solving problem involving sort. So we have some question here to be considered. Now, number one, we are to simplify 1 over 1 minus 2 root 3. That is, here we want to simplify. We are going to rationalize this particular sort. By rationalizing the denominator here, we multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugates of this denominator. And the conjugate sort here is 1 plus 2 root 3. So, in conjugate, it's only the sign that changes. So, minus here turn to plus. So, use this conjugate now to multiply these two numbers. So, here this becomes 1 times 1 plus 2 root 3, then divided by, also here we have 1 minus 2 root 3, then multiply by 1 plus 2 root 3. So, that's the method. We have used the conjugate sort of the denominator to multiply these two numbers. So see that's the same thing. So ideally, we have not done anything special, because if this will cancel each other here, we still have the same thing. But mathematically, you don't want to cancel it that way. So there is need for us to expand. And when one expands it, we still have the same thing as 1 plus 2 root 3. Then divided by, these are conjugate sort, and it follows when we have difference of two square. So this one we have a minus b into bracket, also open bracket, a plus b. We can express this as a square minus b square. That is, here a is standing as 1, so we have 1 square minus b as 2 root 3, that's 2 root 3 whole square. Okay, so here this becomes 1 plus 2 root 3 divided by 1 square is 1, then minus square here we affect 2. So we have 2 square, then times. Also, we have root 3, we have root 3 square. So here we have 1 plus 2 root 3 divided by, here we have 1 minus 2 square, that's 4 times. Root 3 square, square we cancel square root, we have 3. So this now becomes 1 plus 2 root 3 over 1 minus 4 times 3, that's 12. Okay, that is, here we now have 1 plus 2 root 3 over 1 minus 12, that's minus 11. And when we separate this, we can split this into two fractions. We have 1 over minus 11 plus 2, 3 over minus 11. And 1 over minus 11, we can write that as minus 1 over 11. Then plus over minus, that's minus. This becomes minus 2 over 11 root 3. So we can leave our answer like this, where minus 1 minus 2 over 11, they are both integers. So this here now, we have rationalized this particular sort given here. So this here is a simplified form. Okay, so let's look at another one from here. So you look at number 2 question, and for that number 2, we have 2 divided by root 2 plus root 5. Here also we want to simplify by rationalizing this surd here. So we need to multiply these two numbers, or let's say the numerator and denominator, by the conjugate surd of the denominator. And the conjugate surd of root 2 plus root 5, that's simply root 2 minus root 5. So this is a conjugate surd. It's only the sign that will change. So use this conjugate surd now to multiply 2 and root 2 plus 5. So here, what we have all becomes 2 times root 2 minus 5, then divided by, also multiply this by the same thing, that's root 2 plus root 5 times root 2 minus root 5. Okay, so we can simplify further now, and we open these brackets. And since what we have here is just 2, so we can decide to leave this as same thing as 2 into bracket root 2 minus root 5 here, then divided by, here these are conjugate sorts. The expansion follows when we have a plus b into bracket a minus b. So this is same thing as a squared minus b squared. Okay, so here a now is root 2, so we can say this is root 2 squared minus b, that's root 5, that's root 5 squared. And this here we have 2 into bracket root 2 minus root 5 divided by, here square cancels square roots, this becomes 2 minus, also square cancels square root, that's 5. Then this we have 2 into bracket root 2 minus root 5 over 2 minus 5 minus 3. Okay, and we can decide to write this as minus 2 over 3 into bracket root 2 minus root 5. So here we have already rationalized this given sum. So that's that for number 2. Then we continue here to number 3. That is, we consider this question 2. We have the third question here. 1 divided by 1 plus root 2. So this another one. We rationalize this sum now. Multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugate sum here. And of course, the conjugate sum here is just 1 minus root 2. So this is the conjugate sum, because it's just the change of the sign there. So use this now to multiply these two. So 1 times 1 minus root 2, then divided by also 1 plus root 2 times 1 minus root 2, so that here now we simplify further. When one open this bracket, we still have same thing as 1 minus root 2, then divided by here. The expansion here also follows from when we have a plus b into brackets, open brackets, a minus b. I express this as a square minus b square. Okay, so a here is 1, so we simply write this as 1 square minus root 2 is b, that's root 2 square. So this here is now 1 minus root 2 divided by 1 square is still 1 minus square here cancel square root, we have 2 equals to here becomes 1 minus root 2 over 1 minus 2, that's minus 1. So, and when we separate this, we can say this is 1 over minus 1, then minus root 2 over minus 1. Here, 1 over minus 1 is simply minus 1. Then here, minus divided by minus turn to plus, that's plus root 2. Because root 2 over 1, that's root 2, so that's plus root 2. And we can decide to write this as root 2 first, then minus 1. So here we have this as a simplified form of this particular sort. Okay, so that is number 3. Look at another one here, which is going to be serving as number 4. Okay, so let's consider this question. That's question 4. So we have 1 divided by 3 minus root 2. This is another simple one. So we just use the conjugate surd here to multiply the numerator and denominator, and the conjugate surd is 3 plus root 2. So we use 3 plus root 2 here to multiply 1 and this. So this becomes 1 times 3 plus root 2, then divided by also this, that's 3 minus root 2 times also 3 plus root 2. So now we expand, and here the same method, 1 multiply this, still same thing as 3 plus root 2, then divided by this, multiply each other. So once it is conjugate so like that, it follows difference of 2 square. This we have a minus b into brackets, open brackets, a plus b. So we can equally write this as a square minus b square. And this here, 3 square minus root 2 square. Okay, so here we have 3 plus root 2 divided by 3 square, 3 times 3, that's 9. Then minus here square, cancel square root, that's 2. Okay, that is here we have 3 plus root 2 now over 7. If you like, we can separate it as 3 over 7 plus 1 over 7 root 2. So here we have this as a simplified form of this particular sort problem. So that's number 4. You are watching us live here at Master Team Class. This channel is basically for mathematics, so you're in the right place. If you like to see math question, new math question every day, so do it to click on the subscription button so as not to miss out on our uploads, and give this video a thumbs up, also share it so that it can reach more audience. Thank you for doing that. Okay, now we consider the next question here. I can call this number 5. can call this particular one number 5, and here we have 1 divided by 3 root 2 minus 2 root 3. So it's still the same method. Now the conjugate sort of this denominator now, that's the first thing we recognize. Then we use it to multiply the numerator and denominator. So the conjugate sort here is 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. So this is the conjugate sort. So use this to multiply these two. So here this becomes 1 times 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. Then divided by, also multiply this with same thing. So we have 3 root 2 minus 2 root 3. Then times also 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. Okay, that is, now we can expand this now. So from the expansion here, when one open this bracket, we're still going to have same thing as what we have up, which is 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3, then divided by. Now this now are conjugate sort, which follows what we have from a minus b into brackets, open bracket, a plus b, which is same thing as a square minus b square. Now here a is 3 root 2, which is all square, minus b is 2 root 3, which is also all square. Okay, that is simplifying further here. We still have 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3 divided by, this square will affect 3. So we can say this is 3 square, then times also affect root 2, that's root 2 square, minus. Also here we have 2 square times root 3 square. Okay, so that is why this becomes 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3 divided by 3 square, that's 9 times. Square cancel square root here, we have 2, then minus 2 square 4, then times. Square cancel square root here, we have 3. And here this becomes 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3 divided by 9 times 2, that's 18, minus 4 times 2, that's 12. So now we have 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3, then divided by 18 minus 12, that's 6. And we can break this down as 3 over 6 root 2 plus 2 over 6 root 3. That is, here this fraction become 1 over 2 root 2 here, then plus here we have 1 over 3 root 3. So here we have this as the simplified form of this particular sort, which is has now been rationalized. So that is what we have for number 5. Okay, now you're watching us live here at Master T Math Class. So connect with us, subscribe, join our special packages, and God bless you. Okay, let's look at another one, number 6 here in this class. Look at number 6. Now, let's consider this question here. as our number 6 question. We have 1 over 2 plus root 3 plus 1 over 2 minus root 3. Now, this is another type of sort simplification. You see, this now has become two fractions added together. So, if you want to solve this, we can apply the way of solving fraction. That is, we find the LCM, bring it together as one fraction. And this here now, the LCM here will still be the product of this. So that means we have 2 plus root 3 multiplying by 2 minus root 3. That's the LCM, right? Then the normal way of solving fraction now, 2 plus root 3 will go here. It implies 2 plus root 3 cancel 2 plus root 3, remain 2 minus root 3. And this 2 minus root 3 now will multiply 1. So that's why this one will become 1 times 2 minus root 3 here, then plus. Similarly here, 2 minus root 3 goes here. So this cancel each other, and we have 2 plus root 3 left. And that 2 plus root 3 will multiply 1. So this also become 1 times 2 plus root 3. So I believe that's taken. Then we can expand from here. And when 1 open this bracket, we still have 2 minus root 3. Then plus 1 open this bracket, so we have 2 plus root 3. Then divided by. These are also conjugate sort. In fact, the conjugate sort here, which follows a plus b into bracket, open bracket, a minus b, which is a square minus b square. So here we can say this is 2 square minus root 3 square. Then here we can bring this together and we have minus root 3 plus root 3. This will cancel each other. So we have 2 plus 2, which is 4 over 2 square. 2 square here, that's 4 minus square cancel square root, that's 3. So that means 4 over 1. And the answer is 4. So this here we have the simplified form of this given solved problem after we have rationalized this. Okay, so thank you. Now let's do this. We can put our answer in the comment before we solve it together as a form of exercise within just 1 minute, which is going to be simplify 1 plus root 3 divided by 1 minus root 3. So you put your answer in the comment within 1 minute. So, all right, we want to solve this now together in this particular class on solve. We are in our 7 now, right? So, you are welcome as you join us. So, stay tuned. give a thumbs up and share this video. Thank you. Now, this question we have 1 plus, so we call it number 7 here. We have 1 plus root 3 divided by 1 minus root 3. So when we rationalize this here, the conjugate surd of the denominator is what we need to multiply these two surds. So, and the conjugate surd here is 1 plus root 3. So it's only the sign that changes. So you use this to multiply numerator and denominator, and this becomes 1 plus root 3 also times 1 plus root 3. Okay, and divided by also this, which is 1 minus root 3 times also 1 plus root 3. Then we can now expand this bracket, and from the expansion here we discover that this bracket has same things. So whenever we have same thing multiplying, like 8 multiplied by a, so a times a, same thing multiplying, that's a squared. So we can decide to write this, and we have 1 plus root 3 all square. Then over here, of course, also follows from a minus b over a times a plus b, which is of course a square minus b square, difference of 2 square. Okay, that is now what we have then becomes a here is 1, so 1 square minus root 3 all square. That is here we have, we can expand this now. Also, generally when we have a plus b, everything square. Here this is a square plus b square plus 2ab. So here we have expansion here also follows and become 1 square plus root 3 square plus 2 times 1 times root 3. Then over here 1 square is 1, then minus square cancel square root, here we have 3. So therefore, also up here 1 square is 1, then plus root 3 square, also square cancel square root, we have 3. Then plus 2 times 1 times root 3, same thing as 2 root 3. Then divide by 1 minus 3, that's minus 2. Okay, so that is why solving further, 1 plus 3, that's 4. Then plus 2 root 3 over minus 2. Of course, we can decide to split this into two fractions. Okay, or better, we factor 2 up here. So 2 is common up, and this becomes 2 plus root 3 here, then over minus 2 here. And this, of course, 2 can cancel each other. And we have minus left here, which we can also put in front as minus into bracket 2 plus root 3. So now we have already simplified this particular sort here. The answer is minus into bracket 2 plus root 3. So thank you for watching. Okay. So we also have many more like that here on search, which we can of course solve. So let's look at another one in this class. We can call that number 8. That is from the question, which is similar to what we have here. So we call this as number 8. And the question given, we have 3 minus 2 2 over 3 plus 2 root 2. So now when we solve, the conjugate of the denominator is first thing we recognize, and that's 3 minus 2 root 2. So use this conjugate now and multiply, use it to multiply the numerator and denominator. So this now becomes 3 minus 2 root 2 multiply by the conjugate, which is also 3 minus 2 root 2, then divided by, also we have 3 plus 2 root 2 multiply by the conjugate, which is 3 minus 2 root 2. Now, we can then expand. Also, when we consider what is a in the bracket, we have same thing, just like when we have a times a. I can write that as a squared. Okay? So now what we have here also, we can write it as 3 minus 2 root 2 all squared. Then divided by. This also follows exactly when we have a plus b into brackets. Open brackets a minus b. This is same thing as a squared minus b squared. Then we can express this. A is 3, that's 3 squared minus 2 root 2 all squared. Then we expand this as well. Follows when we have a minus b all squared. We can expand this as a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. So this here we have 3 squared plus 2 root 2 all squared minus 2 times 3 times 2 root 2, which is divided by 3 squared, that's 9, minus. Here the square will affect 2, and 2 square is 4, then times root 2 square, that's 2. Because square we can't square, so that's 2. 9. Here also we have 3 squared 9 plus. Also here, the square here affects 2, that's 4. Then also affects root 2. Root 2 squared, that's 2. Then minus 2 times 3 times 2. 2 times 3 is 6 times 2, that's 12. Then root 2 over here we have 9 minus 4 times 2, that's 8. Okay, so here we have 9 plus 4 times 2, that's 8. Then minus 12 root 2 over 9 minus 8, 1. That is here 9 plus 8, that's 17. Then minus 12 root 2 here. So that's what we have as the simplified form of this sort. So thank you for connecting with us here live at Master T Math class. So we'd like to see you more in our classes next time. So why not be part of this channel? Subscribe so as not to miss out. We appreciate you for connecting. Okay. So when next we go live, you don't miss out. And stay tuned. Stay blessed. Bye for now.